Why am I not there yet? You can want something deep in your soul, but it doesn't mean that you are going to move forward and get it. You can pay money in a course to do it. You can schedule it in your calendar. You can tell all your friends that you're going to become this thing. You're going to lose the weight. You're going to become fit. You're going to become rich. You're going to become the musician that you want to be. Whatever the thing is, just because you want it doesn't mean that you're going to become it, be it, do it, have it. There is a big key and a psychology that the greats have studied over time of what it takes to actually step through and break through in order to get there. So if you have a think about anything in your life that you actually do well, you will notice that you identify with it. The key here is identity, forming an identity around it, and it's called having an archetype. And if we want to actually create a space for something in our life, we need to embody it. We need to understand the archetype behind it. And there's actually some really interesting science that we can go into around why we will or won't embody particular archetypes. Because there's multiple parts of our personalities. We aren't just one thing we are a whole orchestra. You got to think about what usually happens to people in their life is they might be ruled by one element of the orchestra, the string section being dramatic about everything, and maybe they're feeling like victims and they're always the poor me, or maybe it's the dramatic drum section or whatever section of the orchestra that leads at any one time in our lives. If we don't recognize that we have to step up and be the conductor and choose which one to lead at different times, then we're just going to be taken for a ride by our own internal characters and things that are playing out within us. So part of being able to embody something in our life is understanding the archetype, the deep nuances of that archetype in order to achieve it. So let's have a look at that. As humans, we have these two things. Everything is like we live in a polarity universe, a universe of black and white, up and down, left and right, in and out, on and off, positive and negative. Just like we need that for the battery to work, in ourselves, we are constantly working with these positives and negatives. And within the archetype, we have a whole tendril network of things going on around that. We're going to look at this really exciting diagram that you can use to move towards the thing you really want to make happen in your life. If you've been struggling to embody or become the thing you really want to become, no matter how much you feel like you should when you've paid the money, booked the time, why am I still avoiding it? Or why am I still playing up and playing out and not fully honoring this thing that I know the long-term legacy part of me really wants to have? There's the things we're moving away from, the pain points, and the things that we are moving towards, the pleasure points. And if we spend our lives constantly recognizing or being a slave to the quick fix things in our immediate environment, like, oh, I've got to make money, so I'm going to prioritize that over my dreams and goals and desires. I'm going to always schedule my life around the thing I have to do, because the pain of not having money is pretty strong. But over time, if we don't let that pain point take a back seat sometimes, and we schedule the thing that we really love in front of that occasionally, then there is a bigger pain point for the legacy and the long-term passion and the part of us that really wants to become and achieve the thing that we know is a deep calling inside of us, i.e. we're here to make music. The quick fix pain points can often take precedent over the long-term pain points, and we have to watch for that. Then there is the short-term gains. So you might be like, oh, I want to lose weight, but if I just have this cake now, that's not going to really matter, is it? Because the pleasure of eating this cake right now feels a lot easier, a lot better than the long-term pleasure we're going to get from actually becoming that really fit, healthy person. So we're going to look under the hood of a particular diagram that's going to help if you want to really dive into this diagram and nut out all the spheres and hemispheres for you, this will actually be the game changer, because you're going to understand when you're letting certain parts of the orchestra take over your life instead of you being in the driver's seat and being the conductor and making what happens happen. Now, a really quick word before we move into that diagram is to recognize this. There have been a lot of studies lately that show that there's a part of our brain that when we work towards something hard over time and overcome it, it develops and gets stronger. In people they've seen the most longevity with over time, people who've lived the longest, that part of the brain actually is more developed. And we are losing a lot of that with AI, technology. It's doing all the work for us. So to be honest, the more that you can actually work to overcome something that's hard, you want to get good at not only building that muscle, but being excited about the reward of utilizing and overcoming that muscle. When you look at how to build muscle in the gym, speaking of muscle, we actually have to sort of damage and tear the muscle a bit in order to grow it. That's how muscles work. That's why they get sore when you've done a bunch of fitness and you ache the next day. It's actually a good thing because you're developing that muscle. So what we really want to look at is how to become friends with that feeling of having to work through something hard that isn't easy straight away, that doesn't give us instant gratitude. Many of the greatest things in life, even having to be born into this world, have come with great sacrifice over time to get that big reward. So just having a look at your own relationship with being okay with having to overcome a hard thing over time and embracing that. Okay, so let's dive into the juicy stuff. So looking at this diagram, we have 3 different spheres. The balanced archetype at the top, when we're doing too much of it, too little of it, and the positive and negative payoffs. You'll notice that there is plus signs, minus signs, just like the battery we talked about. There's a minus sign, there's a plus sign. So when I analyzed who is the ultimate archetype that I'd want to become musically, this is many years ago. I figured out, well, I like the mystic in me, that spiritual person. I also want to be rich, the millionaire. It's all around music for me and creativity. And mogul, I choose that word as an archetype identity because I wanted to be a mover and shaker, someone who helps bring people together and wheel and deal things and make stuff happen. So the mystic millionaire music mogul was an archetype I was exploring. How would I become her? We're going to unpack the elements of that archetype, that identity that I'm going to need more over time. But let's have a look at why I'm not her already, why I might avoid her. So I want you to, when you're doing this for yourself, I want you to take a bit of time, pause the video, and think about, who is this for me? What is my archetype? And you're going to put that on a piece of paper or print this off and put it in the middle yourself. Over here, in the too much. So this is when somebody is overdoing this character. When this character is wreaking havoc in your life. When I was growing up, my father always taught me that people with money were bad. They were the ones doing bad things to the earth. So I saw people who were taking money from people, who were being successful, who were putting themselves out there as, and this is you have to go into the hardest version of this character when they're being too much as you possibly can. The money hungry manipulator. This person is not in touch with the world around them. They take from everyone. And so a big part and a big reason why I wouldn't be able to become this character is because I'd be too scared of becoming this one. For every aspect of your archetype, So this is the too much aspect. There is a positive and a negative payoff that enables you to keep them around. The positive I'd have of keeping this character in check would be that I would never lose touch with people, that even if I became my millionaire mystic music mogul, that she would also make sure that she was grounded, because she was aware that if she became too much into this character, she would lose touch and lose sight of what really mattered. That she would maybe take advantage of people at the expense of others. So the positive part of having this archetype and knowing they exist is that it keeps this balanced main archetype in check. The negative part of it is that I will probably never fully lean in to being the mystic millionaire music mogul because I'm too scared of being seen as this money-hungry manipulator. I'm too scared of people thinking that I could just want their money. In fact, by not allowing myself to go in there, and not allowing myself to fully be my mystic millionaire music mogul, then there's no chance that anyone could not like me, because I'm not doing anything that could take advantage of them. I'm not rising to the top. I'm not being a big person. And in fact, another big one that I found in here for me is that I can't burn out. This one, by not becoming this character's archetype and knowing that they're there, I actually realized, because this is the pain point, this is like the one I want to get away, the thing I want to move away from. I don't want to be money-hungry manipulator. So by staying as far away as possible from the money-hungry manipulator, I will never burn out, because I'm not letting money rule my life. I'm not letting work rule my life. So that archetype, if I don't know that they're there, I could spend my entire time wishing I could be this amazing, empowered music performer, artist, character in my world, but never fully going all in with it because I'm too afraid of possibly burning out and burning others. You will have your version of this. If we move over here to this side, the too little, the character that I came up with for this is Nearly Nancy is never quite ready. So a perfect example of this is the voice course that I built. I put a lot of time and energy into this, and it's kind of sitting there. I don't promote it. I don't take it anywhere further because I don't feel like it's perfect yet. Nearly Nancy is always forever working on things. She's not enough of this millionaire mystic mogul because she's not ready. She's always in the process of getting better and becoming the person she wants to be, but she's never quite there yet. She's too little of it. And so the negative payoff she gets by doing this, and this is the interesting one, when you find out, well, what do I get from staying as Nearly Nancy? What do I get from staying as the person who never quite puts their foot in and never quite leans into the empowered part that we really want to get to, that never quite lets themselves get here? So this person's making sure they never get too close to that, and this person's always a step away. If she's always working towards the thing that she wants to do, she can't fail yet because she hasn't fully arrived. No one can judge her on something that isn't out there. She can record her music all she wants, but if no one hears it, no one can tell her it's shit. That's a big deal, right? She can't get judged if she doesn't put herself out there. She can't put all her time and energy into something and then have it fail if she never fully puts it out there. So Nearly Nancy has this safety net when she stays in this lane, and she actually ruled my life for a long, long, long time, and I never realized it. And when I started to recognize and identify who Nearly Nancy was, then I recognized that she was stopping me. I would do these amazing, great things, put all this energy in, and then just before the end, same as how I read books, I read almost all of the book and then not finish it, because then I'd have to face the reality of completion. And a lot of people probably experience this and don't realize it. It's a really, really big one. So Nearly Nancy, what she does is she helps me to know that if I let her rule my life and I'm unconscious about it, the negative payoff is I protect myself from feeling judged and not feeling fulfilled because now I've arrived and it's not what I thought it was, and now I feel like a failure because it's not as great as I want. The positive side of Nearly Nancy is that she actually has a lot to help the Mystic Millionaire Music Mogul. Each of these extremes, the plus and the minus, help this little part here, the positive payoff. They help show how we can get to this big one, how we can be in the balanced sphere. Because the reality is, if you learn a lesson from this, from Nearly Nancy, she's going to realize that nothing is ever finished, that you are always growing and working towards things, that no matter what you do in life, you'll get through one level of the mountain and then there'll be the next one. So it's really, really important that through facing the fear that this one shows me and being real with the negative payoff, I actually can learn how to transform that into something that this balanced archetype can embody and incorporate in order to actually achieve the goal that we're working towards. Same with this one, the money hungry manipulator. Well, if I make sure that I know there's a potential when you throw yourself so deeply into your work that you can lose touch with others, that you can manipulate them, then I can always make sure that I'm grounded and I make sure that I'm doing things for the right reason. I stay anchored in my process, in my presence, in my meaning. So your goal is to have a look at how you will fill these out yourself. Who are your characters in each sphere? And what are they teaching? Both, how have they held you safe? That's the big one, is recognizing that they have kept you safe. If you're not in the center identity yet, if you're not already the thing you want to be, if you're not already making music and performing and doing all the tech and all the things that you want, it's all right if you're learning and mastering, but if you notice avoidance, one of these characters or both of them are playing out and they're giving you protection in some way. My Nearly Nancy was protecting me from feeling like a failure if I put something out there and it wasn't good enough yet. So she just kept working on things. My Nearly Nancy never let me get judged by myself or others. My money hungry manipulator protected me because if I never showed my success to anyone, no one could hate me for it. I couldn't be the tall poppy that got ripped down. So I stayed small. My money hungry manipulator kept me small so I can never be big. But what they show me is that they're protecting me from something that is actually, if I can keep it in check and stay in my balance, then I'm actually going to be able to be in my wholeness. I'm going to be able to be the ultimate character that I'm trying to become, which is somebody who knows that I will always be evolving and I'll always stay present and anchored to what really matters on my way to becoming the ultimate version of who I am. So have fun with this. There can be some pretty painful realizations, but they're very empowering when you allow them and go deep. This is your chance to have a look at how you can really embody an identity or an archetype, because we don't just want to say, I'm becoming fit, I'm becoming a musician, I'm becoming the person I've always wanted to be, and then continue to let those short-term gains and pleasures and pain points take over us. We have to step into the conductor's seat and recognize that for me to live my long-term legacy and to be the person I want to be, I have to be okay with grit. I have to be okay with working towards something hard over time and feeling that feeling of overcoming the hard thing. And I have to identify with the archetype that I now choose, the identity that I now choose that I am. That I'm okay with X, Y, and Z. I'm okay with making money or doing what I love for a living. I'm okay with being seen out there and success of what I do. I'm okay with welding tech and being good at it. I'm okay with being empowered and not needing someone else to hold my hand through everything all the time. I'm okay with whatever it is. The thing that scares you the most, learn to lean into that. Learn to call yourself out on it, because these are the things that you're going to have to overcome, the identities you have to bring forward in order to become the thing that you know is calling you. That's why you're here. You can do this, and it's incredibly liberating, and it can apply to every aspect of your life. You got this. I love you.